think. I think it was Ali the Mouse. That's bad. I don't even know what to make of that, to be honest. I don't even know what to make of this. I could be streaming all night, gaming and doing stuff, but when I talk about this, shit happens. It's insane. I guess they don't want people to watch. Because it works ordinarily at all times. But for this, I always have an issue. Is that a coincidence? Maybe. Could be. Could be. It is kind of odd, though. Well, I say screw the IRGC, screw the regime, screw the mouse. I do need to start a fire because it's getting chilly in here. Alexa, what's the temperature for today?
It's 34 degrees.
34.
The high of 42.
42 the high.
16 for the day. Feels like 41 degrees currently.
Oh, not too bad. All right, I'm not...
For February. Stay cozy out there, Bill.
Nothing new. So what I'm going to do right now is grab some wood fast, start a fire because it's getting a little chilly in here. There's nothing right now going on, so new. That I could see. So it might be a good time to step out, get some wood out the front door in the wheelbarrow. Let me do that quick. Oh my God, my back. What are you doing? Going back to sleep? All right. Let's get this fire going. Gotta get the fire. Gotta be honest, I can't wait for spring to start. This is, it's just tiring already. March 1st is Sunday, so we're turning the corner. Thank gosh. Felt like a really long winter. Really? Okay. I gotta keep an eye on that fire for a minute. Take a break, have a coffee. I already had coffee. Yeah, I have to sort the fire. U.S. Air Force moved F-22s to an air base in southern Israel. We were talking about that earlier, Kenny. Oh, yeah, I just stuck with the president. Imagine. Let's see if anything's going on. I gotta watch the fire, though. once it starts. So far, nothing new. Okay, that should help. Could be some long days and nights ahead, that's for sure. It is the perfect staging. It really is. Got to keep an eye on Diego Garcia, other areas too. Okay, I think we're good with the fire. All right, let's keep checking things. It's weird because everything's kind of quiet right now. We got a lot coming out, and then all of a sudden, a lot of it went quiet. Other than what's already out there. And it's almost 3 p.m. in Geneva. I'm just checking other outlets. Oh no. Mom, what? Oh my gosh. You see, like again. Come on, Tycho. Come on. Wanna go? What is it, Ma? I can't control this right now, Ma. Come on, Tycho. Come on. Come on. You wanna go outside? Let's go. Ma, you gotta close the door now while I got his attention. Then I can't help you. Oh boy. All right, so this is being posted out there 11 minutes ago. Iran International. Talks between Iran and the United States in Geneva on Thursday have been intense and serious, a senior Iranian official told Reuters. Of course they're going to say that. The official said new ideas were raised during the negotiations that required consultation in Tehran and that some gaps remain between the two sides. He added that reaching a framework for a deal would be possible if Washington seriously separates nuclear and non-nuclear issues. So the United States talked about the missile program, the proxies. Like Rubio said, they're not going to separate it. So that's an interesting thing. He added that reaching a framework for a deal would be possible if Washington, quote, seriously separates nuclear and non-nuclear issues. It's not going to happen. So they're pretty much saying a deal is contingent based on removal of everything else except for nuclear. That's a little insight there. That's not going to happen. That's funny. Yeah, Mamzula's at it early in the morning. So could that be a little hint, insight what's going on? Could be. Iranian Foreign Ministry, quote, the atmosphere of the negotiations was serious, but contradictory remarks by American officials continue to cause doubts and ambiguity. We hope the continuation of talks tonight will be positive. That just came out. So you see how it's all over the place? Wow. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Nothing new there. I'm checking all different sources. If anybody else has anything to provide, please do. If you guys has stopped transmitting. You know what happened to the drone out there? The Triton was there and 2 Poseidons in the Gulf of Oman, Persian Gulf. But I lost track. Oh, there it's back. And it's right on the line. Wow, it's really monitoring there. Really keeping an eye on this IRGC presence. It could even be those little mini subs trying to, who knows? I know the Poseidons are out here. C-17. This got to be a Poseidon. It is. There was actually 2. This might be the other Poseidon. That's a clipper. There was another one out here. That's a Voyager tanker, UK. Another C-17 leaving. I mean, obviously, it's not like it used to be, and it doesn't even matter because the transponders may be off. So, can't read too much into anything. Really. Spain is quiet. That looks like a super galaxy heading back, maybe. It is. That's a tanker. There might be some activity going over the UK right now. I think people were saying that, right? Looks like they're sending in more. And here come those big tankers again. So, like somebody said, it looks like they're moving more aircraft from the United States. Oh, there's a bunch of them. These are Pegasus. These are the big boys. I've seen the gold before. Yeah, those are the Pegasus. Looks like they're moving even more stuff. Super Galaxy. Is that just about... Where is that? That's not far from me. At all. So yeah, they're still moving assets, even from the United States, UK. There's still stuff going on. That tells me all indications as is probably no deal here. Oh my God, how much are they fucking putting out right now? Oh my God, they're putting out a lot. Oh no, it's they for some reason. Oh, the other propaganda arm is copying what the other one is saying, and just caught up. That's weird. That was weird. Nothing. I'm not seeing anything new. Let's see what you guys. I have some update. I need to be sure before to write here. Yeah, make sure you do that. Didn't you see the latest Piers Morgan video with chunky yogurt? Yeah, I saw that. It's gonna be a long day, and possibly a long night. Wonder what time Modi's leaving Israel. Because, I mean, it is in the afternoon already. Maybe Modi's leaving now or left or is going to leave any minute soon. Could be a long night, too. Right now, it is 5:34 in Iran. I mean, it's gonna be a long day, like you said, Ryder. Yeah, cluster. I agree. This could be a long day night. Let me close that door because I want to build the heat up in this room. Oh, I got my dog's attention. Now I'm gonna have a hard time trying to close. He wants to go outside. He is so smart. He knows I'm playing him. New KLM Royal Dutch Airlines canceling its flight schedule. Vincenzo, that was like 2 days ago. That happened actually a couple days ago. KLM canceling its flights to Israel. That was like 2 days ago, or at least yesterday. It feels like 2 days ago because everything is so, it's just so much. Okay, what? Can be with, I don't know what that means, helmet. Nothing updating. I'm trying to keep track of everything. If you guys hear anything, please let me know. Caller, he left already? I'm not sure. I haven't checked. Did Modi leave Israel already? Okay, nothing new there. Absolutely trust but verify. Absolutely. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier that the Ford left Crete and is moving toward the eastern Mediterranean. All right. So I'm looking for confirmation that Modi left. Yeah. He did. Yes, he did. This is Israel 7. Prime Minister Benjamin and his wife Sarah accompany Indian Prime Minister Modi to Ben Gurion International following the latter's historic visit. So they're reporting he did leave. Watch live. I don't see, unless the live feed hasn't started. I don't want to put the volume because I don't want to get in trouble. So yeah, it looks like he left. They're taking pictures. So let me just skip a little. Oh yeah. There he goes. Pictures after. So yeah, he left. Modi's gone. That could be a big deal in itself. Israel's getting ready. No doubt, Israel's getting ready. Okay, here's more coming in. More coming in. Oh, here we go. Again, this is the propaganda arm media outlet. I'm just going to read it. Yeah, Brian, we touched on that. Again, Iran's Tasnim News conducted a widespread poll. Oh, I don't even want to read that poll because it's definitely it is so pro-regime. I don't even want to read it. I'm not going to. They're putting out other shit now. How the people of Iran are against giving up their missile program. and a certain percentage, a majority thinks they could withstand a war with the United States, and Iranian women believe the country has the capacity to resist compared to men. Oh my God, this is so ridiculous. I can't even. I wonder who you polled. The people that are friendly to the regime, of course. Did you poll the whole people of Iran or just the ones that you selectively chose? Give me a break. You know what the people would say, right? It's such nonsense, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. You want to? I'm going to read to you what it says. I'm just going to do it. 72% of responders. Who are the responders? I know, Shay, I get it. But just listen. 72% of respondents reject halting ballistic missile development, even at risk of war. 69.5% believe Iran can withstand a war with the United States. 76.5% of Iranian women believe the country has the capacity to resist, compared to 65.7% of the men. So it sounds like the regime women are even more nuttier than the men. Canadian Prime Minister is going to meet Modi in India for economic. Bill, what would make a Lufthansa Airbus leave Abu Dhabi this morning and just scatter around like a drone before landing back in Abu Dhabi hours later? I don't know. Mike, that's a really good question. I don't know. Where was it heading? Germany? I'm assuming, if it's Lufthansa. Did it say it was going to Germany? Sure, then if 70% think they can resist, why not go ahead and try war with us? Oh my gosh. What's up, Ada? Oh my God, you guys are too much. It's going to be a long day, a long night. I really do believe so. The next few days, I don't see this going a week unless we hear another meeting is scheduled for next week. Netanyahu must be going absolutely cray-cray. He's like, I better not hear there's going to be another meeting next week. I better not. Seeing reports that the negotiations may be done for the day. Who knows? That's the thing, though. Like I say, there's a lot of speculation out there. I'm reading them, too, just to give you an idea of what's going on all angles, but it's all speculation. No, I believe it, Mike. There's a lot going on. It's actually a lot of BS out there. And for anyone to say anything definitively would be a mistake. David says, hey, Bill, I think Trump is afraid that doesn't want to stop negotiation. I don't know. They were supposed to meet again after consultations on both sides. Jimmy, you're too funny, dude. Netanyahu and the Iranian people's mouths are watering. You better believe that. You better believe that. So there were people protesting outside of Geneva. Iranian. I'll show that. We should put something on the screen a little bit more. That was the wrong one. Jesus Christ. It's going to be a long day, too. This is people in front of in Geneva. This is Iran International. So there you go. A lot of lion and sun there. And an Israeli flag. So the support is there. Just to give you a little insight on that side. But things are a little quiet right now. Waiting for new updates. And we can get rid of this. Focus more here. Look at all that activity. This is the military filter. Look at all the activity in Europe. Jesus. You know they're moving assets. You know it. Look at the tankers. Look at all the tankers. Oh God, please stop. Yeah, no, nothing important. Good. I'm trying to conserve my Swiss rolls. I may have to go out later. Yeah, Russia, what are you doing? Small. The Italians are a little busy. Looks like they're getting ready to launch another tanker. And look, there he is. Modi, India 1. There he is. He's heading home, right there. Crossing over the region he has to, but there you go. There is Modi. Leaving, heading home, right there. Can you feel it? What's up, Skywalker? Yeah, when do you think it could be most likely happen? Jimmy, it's anyone's guess, bro. It's anyone's guess. It could happen tonight. It could happen this weekend. It could happen anytime. We just don't know. To sit here and try to crystal ball it, there's no way. And I agree with Kenny. There's no way this isn't happening. Put it this way. Even if we don't act first, Israel might do it first. Again, we have to see how, I mean, really, we all literally have to see how this plays out. Literally. We're all pretty much, regardless of what your position is, we're all waiting to see what happens next, really. It's that simple. We all are just waiting. But that's funny how there he is. He's heading home, Modi. So we know he's out of Israel. Now Netanyahu's going to get real serious about what could potentially happen in the next few hours, days, week. I don't see this going more than a week. I'll say that. Exactly. We didn't move all those assets for nothing. And they're still moving assets. And people saying in the UK, they're reporting, hearing, and seeing stuff all over the place. F-22s in the air of the United States, they look like they're still sending stuff over. There's still more coming in. You got to see all the tankers in New England. It looks like they're still moving stuff. In the UK, they're definitely moving stuff. There's tankers in the air. They're still moving stuff. I mean, look, there's 3 tankers right there. What do you think they're doing? Let's see if we could track their movements. Look how many circles they did. They are definitely refueling. All right, that's a super galaxy heading home. They're still bringing stuff in, and look, the super galaxy. What the hell was that tanker doing? What the hell? But they're definitely doing their thing. And then we switch over to the East Coast of the United States, specifically New England. And there's tankers. There was a bunch of tankers here. And now their transponders are off. That's interesting. Gold was there, 2 gold, 2 Pegasus. Now they're not there. That looks like another super. Oh, that's a Pegasus. There's 1 still on the screen. There was like 3 or 4 over here. That one looks like it might be going. Another one. Another tanker. There's the gold. They're up to the north now. There's another one. So there's still a lot going on. There's still, look how busy it is here. Germany, UK, a lot of activity going on. Refueling who? Refueling more aircraft. Probably more fighters coming into the region. And there's the drone. The Triton at 46,000 feet. They're about to get whacked. Remember, you can hear all this talk about 2,000 missiles. How many launchers do they have? Planes coming from Dubai to Moscow and through Tehran. Yeah, don't be surprised if it goes black line. It stops, lands, and then continues. That's been a pattern. But that drone seems very focused. They got the Poseidons out there. They got a lot of monitoring going on right now. This could be a clipper. That's a C-17. This is what we could see. There's a clipper. That's small. This could be, what is this? Another Poseidon? Another Poseidon. So they are really monitoring the Persian Gulf, Gulf of Oman area. They are monitoring it. And there's Modi heading home. UK has a tanker ready to go. We know that the carrier left Crete and is now on the move to the Eastern Med. Earlier. So things are getting put in position. So we'll see. Could be hauling out money. You never know. I just think that at this point, I don't see how this goes. There's a deal made. I just don't. And they're about to find out with all their talk. They're about to find out. Either way, they're about to find out. No. Who said that? Davis. No. I need to look into that more. That's true. The Ford can operate refueling. That's true. That is true, Kenny. Absolutely true. It doesn't have to be hugging the Israeli coastline. It can be, like you said, right now. It's game on. Vahid says no deal. I mean, what is that? I'm thinking eventually, this is just my guess. You have Cyprus. I think the carry eventually is going to end up somewhere here. It's not going to be hugging. It's going to be somewhere out here. And that's not far from Crete right now. So it's in position. It is in position. Like, who said it? Kenny? Somebody said it in chat. There's an F-15 out there by tanker. There's probably a lot more than just that. We just can't see it. Who are you? Another 17? Poseidon. Another Poseidon. Wow. They've got a lot of Poseidons checking the area. Just saying. Let's see if there's any news. It's going to be a long day and long night, long weekend, long days ahead. What's up, active? Still nothing. If anybody hears anything, let me know. I'm trying. Okay, so here's what Iran International's putting out there. Yeah, sub-hunters for sure. They have to be. The USS Gerald R. Ford, the biggest U.S. aircraft carrier, left port near the Greek island of Crete on Thursday, bound for the shores near Haifa in northern Israel, where it is expected to arrive on Friday. Okay. If you say so. Oh, he just put something out. They're repeating the same thing. It's spreading. This is an Israeli reporter quoting the Wall Street Journal. We are ready. The demands the Americans brought to Iran in Geneva. Remember, this is coming from the Wall Street Journal. 1. Destroy all 3 nuclear sites, Fordow, Natanz, Isfahan. They're not going to do that. They were actually rebuilding them. At least the roofs from satellite imagery is they were working on them. Hand over all enriched uranium to the USA. 3. No sunset clauses, meaning the restrictions are forever, unlike the 2015 nuclear deal. 0 enrichment, but allowed to keep the Tehran reactor, meaning what somebody in here said, Jason, they would bring in the resources to keep the reactor going, not from within, but externally. Minimal sanctions relief up front, more if Iran meets the conditions. Well, and that's just on nuclear. Mentions nothing about the missiles, proxies, or the people that are being detained right now in Iran, and releasing them immediately. Brian says 12 F-35s are now on the way across the pond. That makes sense. To Lakenheath, that's what the gold tankers are towing. That makes total sense. That's a good question. Why would they actually go for it if the talks flop? Exactly. UV, how do you enforce anything on them? They cheated the last time. Like, you're expecting the IAEA to verify? Like, I've been talking about it for weeks now. Weeks! I mean, how many, you know what I mean? Showing, and it's so obvious. You cannot trust. Based on their past history. Forget about speculation. It has nothing to do with speculation or opinion. The evidence is clear. Read the report. Puts it all out there. I don't know if this is. Let me see. And it's not like this is opinion. This is fact. The report says it right here. I'll do it one more time. One more time, so people understand. When Iran says they've been compliant, they've been transparent, and when the Russians agree with them or any of this, that's a lie. The IAEA made it clear as day in this report. Clear as day. The summary. Let me see. Let's go all the way down. This is the actual report. Summary. Let's just read the summary one more time so people understand. You cannot trust them in any situation. The agency's JCPOA-related verification and monitoring has been seriously affected by the cessation of implementation by Iran of its nuclear-related commitments under the JCPOA. Even though the United States pulled out unilaterally, it was still in place by other countries, including China, Russia, the the EU, etc. The situation has been exacerbated by Iran's subsequent decision to have all of the agency's JCPOA-related surveillance and monitoring equipment removed. The agency has lost continuity of knowledge in relation to the production and current inventory of centrifuges, rotors and bellows, heavy water, and UOC, which it will not be able to restore as a result of not having been able to perform JCPOA-related verification and monitoring activities for more than 4 years. Iran's decision to remove all of the agency's equipment previously installed in Iran for JCPOA-related surveillance and monitoring activities has also had detrimental implications for the agency's ability to provide assurance of the peaceful nature of Iran's nuclear program. It has also been more than 4 years since Iran stopped provisionally applying its additional protocol. Therefore, throughout this period, Iran has not provided updated declarations, and the agency has not been able to conduct complementary access to any sites or other locations in Iran. The significantly increased production and accumulation of highly enriched uranium by Iran, the only non-nuclear weapon state to produce such nuclear material, is of serious concern. So, this is the IAEA, the same entity that you want to go back in, which has a history of non-compliance by Iran, and you expect them to go back in and pretend like everything was normal in the past. Give me a freaking break. Give me a break. Because it's bullshit. So, I'm not buying this. I'm just not. You're going to have the IAEA go back in? Like everything's going to be fine? We're to trust them all over again? Been there, done that. Hasn't happened for decades. Oh no, but now all of a sudden we can. No way. No way. So, exactly. And that's just on that. The other NP, the non-proliferation part of it, there are 4 sites in Iran that they don't want to talk about at all. That go back to the 90s, to the early 2000s. We don't know what happened at these 4 locations. They will not tell the IAE or anyone anything, what happened there, where it was moved, the equipment used, nothing. And one of the sites was for testing of nuclear devices. Weapon. That's when Israel went crazy like 20 years ago, because there was evidence that something was going on, and Iran said, nope, nothing here, doesn't exist. There's a report on that too. So how do you trust it? You can't. You simply can't. So we're supposed to trust them now? Look at their track record. The track record speaks for itself. They cannot be trusted. Period. All of a sudden, we're going to trust them again? Make a deal with them on their nuclear? Are you kidding me? Are you nuts? Here's the other one. Let's go just to the summary because it's in depth. It would take time. This is about the non-proliferation. Let's go to the bottom and read that summary. It's insane. And I'm only going to read one line that's on the bottom. And these are the sites. These are the different sites. There's 4 of them. Let's go all the way to the summary. It's alarming, to say the least. I mean, in light of the above assessment, the Director General reiterates his urgent call upon Iran to cooperate fully and effectively with the agency. That means they're not. Unless and until Iran assists the agency in resolving the outstanding issues, the agency will not be in a position to provide assurances that Iran's nuclear program is exclusively peaceful. Period. Another report. So when they try to pull wool over your eyes and say, oh, we've been compliant, we've been transparent, absolutely lies. Lies. And now Grossi sucking up, trying to get in the middle of all this. With the IAEA, give me a break. Give me a break. I know. Why is everyone against Iran having nuclear capabilities? Israel's about to get kicked in the yarmulke, or whatever you're saying? Well, based on the 12-day war, Iran got their asses kicked. And they're lucky that the president told Israel to stop. You have no defense in that country. All you have are your missiles with not enough launchers to launch them. You're about to get smacked in Iran bad. I'm just saying that from my perspective. I'm not saying this as an American or anything. Just look what's there. Look what happened in the past. You don't even have an air force. You have no way to defend. Their radar, that'll be done. That'll be gone in minutes. They have no capability. These planes are going to be flying at such high altitude. Your tracer fire anti-aircraft is useless. You will be completely vulnerable. All you have as a deterrence is your missiles and threats of drones. That's it. How long do you think that lasts before Iran is completely open for attack? And they'll be hitting targets at will. You can't put up your planes because your planes don't even work. This is a lot of talk. Yeah, bring it. Let's go. We're ready. We're going to fire all our missiles toward Israel. Good luck. Because after that, if you even get whatever off the ground, you are vulnerable and you are toast. It's that simple. It's that simple. It's not complicated. And they will be pounding the IRGC and all the other sites at will. And there will be nothing that Iran can do to stop it. Nothing. They have no defense. They are exposed. Israel alone exposed them. Now you got to deal with the forces of the United States. That's a big deal. I know that pro-regime people are wishfully thinking that Iran has a chance here. Iran doesn't have a chance. Yes, they can inflict damage to numerous, yes, but after that, Iran is done. They're done. You think they can survive this? Really? You really think Iran can survive this? Yeah, you're going to try to inflict as much destruction in Israel as possible. It's like, if we go down, we're taking them down with us approach. But realistically, the end of the regime happens. Whether you want it or not, they're going to get decimated. Decimated. Persia, okay, are you talking about Persian, the real people of Persia, or the regime Persia? I mean, really, and I'm not saying this, they really literally don't have a chance here. But like I said, they will try to inflict as much damage as they can on their way out. And that's something to be concerned about because they're so desperate. What would they do? They're going to unleash everything they got because they know it's either use it or lose it. But they have no chance. They're done. And they know it. They're done. Yeah, the people. What people? The vast majority that want to see regime change, or the 10 million that want the regime to stay, the pro-regime people. If it's even that high. Read our history. Read the history. What history? King Cyrus history or Islamic conquest history? You should read your history. Oh no, I know. I know where it's coming from. I know. And it's not. But I'm just, they're trying to feed it into it. They're trying to get me to feed into it, but it's obvious. You're not escaping the fact that Iran has never been conquered. Oh boy, are we going to go now to medieval times or beyond ancient times and make comparisons? Or are we going to now throw in Iraq and Afghanistan and all that too while we're at it? Why not just throw Vietnam in? Might as well, right? So, like I said, we'll see what happens. Maybe miraculously there'll be a deal. I don't see it happening, but we'll see. I guess we're all going to see, despite what opinion you have on this, I guess we're all going to find out soon enough, right? It looks that way to me. That's just me. I mean, I'm going to respect everybody's opinion. And if you think that Iran has a chance not to be overthrown, defeated by whatever happens here, hey, good luck. Good luck. Because you're going to need a lot of luck here, in my opinion. Good luck. And I'm not going to be disrespectful. Okay, there's nothing new flowing in. I'm trying to check, but it's the same. There's nothing. Unless somebody else hears something new, things are kind of quiet right now on all these outlets. And I'm not going to mention it. Because, what's up, Tammy? Oh, yeah. Red Bull. That's actually good. Because I do not believe that an air campaign will be enough to have a regime change. Now that, Immortal, that is a legitimate question. Because you still have the IRGC forces on the ground. How much do you decapitate that? And what about the streets of Iran? Where do you go in? Is this going to be where they have to do actually boots on the ground? That is a different scenario too. Yes, that's legit. That is an excellent point to be made. And like I said, Mahal, I respect your perspective. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. That's your opinion. A lot of us have a different opinion. And as long as you keep it respectful, you love cookies. That's true. You want to make them flip over to the other side. That definitely the Iranian army. The IRGC might be different, but those are two separate entities, but they work in tandem. The Iranian army and the IRGC. Well, I don't wish harm on anyone, but let's not get carried away. Mahal. Like now, biblical. You guys are too much. Anyway, like I said, I'm gonna focus on trying to get to whatever information is coming out because we can get sidetracked on this debate back and forth of that debate's been going on for many years, decades, if not longer. I don't know if I want to, because that kind of is. Also, do you think they'd even give? Do you think they'd even give a chance for evacuation or just full send it? Sacred wants the gangster mouse. Did not the Persian people, King Cyrus, come to the aid of the Jewish people and help liberate them? And what about the Second Temple? I mean, how far back in time do we want to go? Mahal. And some people will say, well, the Islamic conquest was to unite people and liberate. No, it was force. It was conquest. Join us or die, simply. Or be prosecuted or persecuted. So again, you can nitpick different things going on. And like I said, that's a back and forth debate that could happen for days, hours, whatever. So, and I totally understand that you're a pro-regime person supporter. I get it. But the same account is when you bring in proxies from other countries that are Arab and are killing Persian people, the Iranian people, is that good? So I've heard the argument, well, stay out of our business. It's an internal issue. Well, you sure ain't looking at it as an internal issue when you bring in proxy groups from other parts of the region to come in and patrol and intimidate, threaten, kill, whatever, the people of Iran themselves. Arabs coming in. That's external. And everything I see around the world, all the people that are Iranian, that have left the country, they're all screaming everywhere, millions of people, Iranians mostly, the fall of the regime. And that's also happening internally. No matter how they try to suppress that information from coming out, that's the fact on the ground. And yes, there are a lot of people that support the regime because they're part of it. They benefit from it. Their lifestyle benefits from it. There's many ways to look at this. It's complicated. Well, that's what they hope. They want to see Islam, a holy war, here. That's what the hope is. Have you heard anything about sirens being heard in 3 bases? I have not. Active. I have not. I mean, the propaganda that I see that is out there is so horrific. It really is. I gotta fix my fire here. And already Reza Pahlavi already has declared that if he is in part of the transitional government, he will recognize the state of Israel immediately. That's what a lot of Arab countries don't want. They don't want to see that peace between Israel and Iran. It changes everything geopolitically for so many ways. So it's complicated. This is UFO related. I'm not going to get into that. Okay, let's see if anything else is coming out. It's really quiet right now on the numerous media outlets. It really is. What's going on? Let me catch up. Yes, the Chinese are definitely providing information. They can provide all the information they want on locations. It's not like it's not known what's coming. I mean, we have an idea just looking at public forum areas. We know, they know. Iran, there's always going to be, and that's going to be the difficulty, what Bud said. You're going to have to try to bring all these different factions within Iran to come together to form some type of a parliament through free and fair elections. And that's going to be complicated in itself. Because it's not like you're going to remove Islam like some people say it needs to be removed. You know, that's out there. That's not what it should be about. You have to respect everybody's individual faith, religion. I don't see that as being in the equation. That will always be a part of Iran. And yes, Mahal, the Jewish people are appreciative of what happened in history with the Persians. Obviously. They'll say that themselves. The talks will be resumed at 6 p.m. Geneva time, apparently. I had heard that. There was posts about that, but you can't, anything you see, you got to take it with a grain of salt. So again, we have to see. All I know is this. No matter what we hear about these so-called talks, negotiation, what does Israel do? What will Israel do? Will they accept it? It's just nuclear? Are they going to address the ballistic missile program in Iran? Do they act preemptively? If Iran thinks that Israel's about to attack, does Iran act preemptively against Israel? There's so much on the table here. There's so many things that could happen. That's right, Thomas. That I've heard a lot of the Jewish people say that too. They want to return the favor and help the Iranian people. Yes. We got to remember, both sides benefit. Peace established, not this what's going on right now. Because you got to remember, from the regime aspect, they want the utter destruction. They want to remove Israel completely from the map. That's part of the resistance. That is their objective. And that's why they want to make it more of a Islamic front to get the support of the Arab nations behind it. They cannot be happy that we have bases in a lot of the areas in the region. They're like, what the hell? You should be focused with us. Regardless if it's Sunni, Shia, you should be focused on us. The common enemy is Israel. That's the model that they want to create. It's not working out exactly. But that's what they want. And they've even said it. That it under other circumstances, the other Arab nations would attack Israel as well. You'll hear it coming from that side. You hear it all the time. Because that's what they want. They want to make it that way. So, yes, Red Bull. I see you say Bill. And yes, Turkey is another one to watch because they want to become the major influence in the region, especially if Iran falls. They want to fill that vacuum. Turkey wants to fill that vacuum. That's why they're playing like both sides. Turkey wants to be the power in the region. If Iran falls, they want to be the ones of major influence in the region. They're not stupid. Um,
There's a chicken tender here, bro.
there's a what?
There's a chicken breast there.
That's probably Tycho. What's going on?
I just woke up, bro.
I see that, and I know where you're coming for, right?
Bro, I'm getting my check today, bro. I'm
What
up
check?
for-
There's no check left.
Yeah, I got 2 days left.
Okay.
So he said Thursday. And Hassan, I'm gonna tell him, bro, help me out with something. You know? Best
You sound like you're almost crying.
Oh, sorry.
No. I'm live. Olympic legend dies after suffering stroke. What? That's different.
Bro, he said he's okay with that, bro.
What's dropping you off?
Mm-hmm.
Are you working out again today?
Yeah, so we got today and maybe one more day or 2 more days
For the week?
for the week, yeah.
Well, don't tell me at the last second that you got to go. Give me a little warning that I got to take you to drive you.
Okay, bro.
Oh, here we go. Israel, okay, here's some. Tycho! Yeah, let's try to. I'm sorry that you hear that you're homeless, Mahal. I never want to see anybody in that position. Israeli sources told I-24 News, if the gaps in the talks between the U.S. and Iran are not significantly reduced, Trump may have no choice but to order an attack. That's what allegedly Israeli sources told I-24 News. Again, take it with a grain of salt. If the gaps in the talks between the U.S. and Iran are not significantly reduced, Trump may have no choice but to order an attack. So, and let's just try to be civil in chat and not name call. Let's just try to be civil. Let me close that door. What's the matter, babe? What's the matter? Huh? You okay? My baby. I gotta take care of my fire here because it's getting a little chilly in here. Gotta get this fire going. And look, does anybody really truly want war? War is like the last possible worst case scenario, period. You know what I mean? Because many people will suffer. Innocent people that are not involved with the actual, direct involvement. Of course, the president has to be concerned about our military personnel. There's a lot at stake here. And once it starts, there's no going back. So, I was asking generation to read that someone became a temporary professor, came to the poorest part of Oregon, and was never expected to be anything, so you can too. That's great motivational point, Eugene. And I'm so happy for you that you were able to rebuild and get your life. Just though, remember, here in the United States, it is about work ethic, determination, and always trying to strive for success. And not a lot of people, they suffer from anxieties, defeatism. They're at their lowest point. You can't give up. You got to keep fighting and getting through that struggle. And it only makes you stronger in your character coming from that low point. And, there are some of us that have hit that low point. And you have to do the best you can to rebuild and make a life of yourself. So I'm so happy that you were able to do that, Eugene. That says a lot about you, your character, determination, willpower. And that's great. There are people here in this country that have overqualification, so to speak, to find employment. So that's awesome. All right. When will the war end must be the question. Alexa, stop. But see, that's another thing too. Once it starts, how long does it go? Um, all right, let's not use like make references to like Jew, because that can be construed as being offensive when you say the Jew. You know what I mean? That's just me though. Just looking at the Russian and Ukraine war. Though these modern wars do not go as expected, a potential 1 week, 1 month war can go on for years. That's a great point, Immortal. It is. And I don't think anybody here in the United States wants a long, prolonged, drawn-out war. That's awesome, Eugene. Well, they are Jewish people. But see, when somebody, it's like when you say a word, I can say like, the Jews are doing the best they can to defend themselves. But if I say, well, that Jew, that sounds derogatory. It depends on how the word is used. I mean, there are other examples which I'm not going to use, but it depends on how it's used. You know what I mean? So yes, the Jewish people. But when you say, well, that Jew or the Jew, it sounds derogatory in nature. Like I said, a lot is taken in the phrasing. If I say something one way and say it another way, I could say it sarcastically or with true meaning. That's why I like to speak to people face to face, because it can be misinterpreted through text, through chat, emails. It's a lot different when you talk to someone directly. So, just my opinion. Exactly, yo, exactly. Interpretation is important, and the context is important. I think we forget to realize that, or things taken out of context. I'm gonna tell you though, it is oddly quiet. It's like I expect we're gonna get bombarded with all kinds of stuff soon, because this is like the lull. It's kind of quiet on the social media platforms. All right, you want me to play it? Too bad I don't have the video anymore. We could do it. Why not? Loosen it up a little bit. Though I love Brian's version, I have to say I'm biased. I am biased to Brian's version. I really am.
Out of his hole, slowly as he moves. When he thinks it's safe, he does the alley groove. Shuffling through the maze, I squint and he looks around, checking if it's safe, not trying to make a sound. Fitted with his turban, he squeals with his tiny voice, looking sickly and weak, his fellow mice quickly rejoice. Look look at our supreme leader, he smells as bad as he looks. Does he ever bathe? Don't talk or we are cooked. Ali the mouse comes out the hole, spewing his words of hate. Prayers obscure his evil intent, his followers take the bait. Ali the mouse, you foul creature, go run and hide. Rebellious mice at your heels, quickly go run inside. The good mice defeat the bad ones. Ali is scared to die. They all perish for him, believing all his lies. His final day approaches. He starts to lose his hair, starting to smell like rot, the stench no mouse could bear. The sounds of thunder scare him. The walls start to collapse. The mouse trap would have been quicker. Uh-oh, I think he crapped. The end of his reign is now inside. He utters his final breath. I knew I would die this night. Ali the mouse comes out the hole, spewing his words of hate. Prayers obscure his evil intent, his followers take the bait. Ali the mouse, you foul creature, go run and hide. Rebellious mice at your heels, quickly go run inside.
So yes, we came together to write that one. We came together for that one. A few of us to make that one happen. That song. The little music doesn't hurt, right? Oh my gosh. So, and then there's the more serious ones, which, I think we should do. I think I do want to do it. A little music just to break the monotony, I guess. I actually like this one a lot. It has a rock edge, the one I wrote, but I like it. Peace at Last. I think the cat found Ali the mouse. I think the cat is actually celebrating outside. All right, let's see. I don't remember which version it is. That's the problem with Peace at Last. Peace at Last. Is it number 5?
Going back millennia, friendship between its people.
More music later. Oh. And I can only say that's coming from me, my lyrics. So I can only speak to from my own perspective when I write the songs. And I'm sure that some people may like it and some people may not like it. It's not for me to decide that. It's your choice. Let's see if anything else is coming on. Nothing. It is so quiet. Let's see. Nope. Same old, same old. Even Telegram is quiet. Usually Telegram is not this quiet. It's like everybody's waiting to see what comes out now. You know what I mean? What's up, Snoopy and everybody in there? I've heard Goldie what? Goldie play my song? No. I don't mind if she does. Red Jedi, you're part of the Discord, right? I could put it in there if you want in general. Aren't you in there? Yes? No? Red Jedi? Part of Discord? I don't know how else I could give it to you. It is public. Oh no, I didn't make that public. Or did I? It might be on. No? Hold on, I'm going to check. A lot of my songs are available on Pandora, Shazam, iTunes, Amazon. Let me see. I don't know if I made it public yet. I'll check. Quick. Alright, you'll join now? Oh my God, hold on then. I will do that. Just please be respectful in there because that's really a community of people coming together. Please, or they will ban you. They're not going to allow BS in there. I'm going to tell you that right now. They will not. I'm going to upload the song now in there. That might be the easiest way. So I don't want nobody to pay for it. Because it's not about that. This is a community to support, not to make money. All right, where am I going in here? That's why you don't see super chats or anything else. All right, I'm going to put that song in Discord now. It is now in Discord. Let me make sure I'm going to play it. Yeah, that's it. It's in Discord now, general chat. There you go. So it's in there. I have a lot. Really, the markets are starting to show uncertainty. Once we get more information coming out, it's definitely going to start to affect. So the talk about, oh, we got to wait till after the markets close. No, it's going to affect no matter what happens. And yes, all are welcome. Just like I said, keep it respectful. I mean, since we're waiting, I'm going to put a couple of other songs related to Iran. Wait, that's a telegram. Why did it show up here, not on the computer? The computer's slow. What is this? No, now it just came on the computer. It's an IDF thing. In response to Hezbollah's repeated violations of the ceasefire understandings, the IDF is striking infrastructure belonging to Hezbollah's Radwan force in the Baalbek area in Lebanon. So Israel's doing something right now in Lebanon. Tusi's live, by the way, folks. If you want to go over to Tusi, He's live. It begins, not live yet, 27 minutes. He'll be live. I just got the notification because I'm actually a member. Let me see what he's going to be talking about. So his thing is, and it starts at 10:45 Eastern, potential strikes coming up. I think we all can pretty much agree to that, possibly. Potentially, that's the key word, potentially. And I don't know about that. Live, Islamic Republic reject Trump's deal, Iran wars near. I have not officially heard that the United States has rejected it. Now that could be news. Well, you got to remember, JC, Israel and India are creating economic ties. And it's big for them to do that. It's, you know what I mean? So they're just trying to create better relationship between the two countries. It's a happy, happy, joy, joy moment. I'm not seeing I'm not seeing that anywhere, but that doesn't mean that that's not the case. That they fully rejected it. If that's the case, then and the inevitable is going to happen. So this was 20 minutes ago. This is on Iran International. Talks between Iran and the United States in Geneva were halted due to Washington's insistence on zero enrichment and the transfer. We've heard this before. This is not new. We already know this. And the other side just said, the advisor to the Supreme Leader said, U.S. carriers are within the range of our domestically produced missiles. Mohammed Makbar, an advisor to Supreme Leader Ali, the Supreme Leader, described the United States deployment of aircraft carriers to the region as costly and dangerous. Good luck. But I thought you were limiting the missile range. Let's hang that up. I'm not taking calls. The situation has reduced the effort required by the armed forces of the Islamic Republic of Iran to respond to their threats, he added. So that's out there now. Maybe they know an attack is imminent. Maybe they're starting to put things out because they know. Speculation. Completely. But I want to see, like I said, I need to find out verification that that's the case. I have not heard anything official. You know what I mean? There are 400 fighters and planes packed out on my lawn. Oh my God, UV. Eugene, 2C, saying the deal rejected comes on at 7:45. Yeah, my time locally, it's 10:45 a.m. Again, we won't know until things go down. You know what I mean? I can only imagine what the betting, poly market, and all the other ones are going crazy right now. I can only imagine the wages that are going on right now by those that bet on this. Can you imagine? But in my opinion, I'm preparing, even though I have work to do, and I'll share it on the screen because somebody knows what this is about, because I'm getting ready to do this at some point today. And I think this might be the right time to do it soon, because I think we're in for some long days and nights ahead. That's all I'm going to say. Brian says, an Iranian army service member called on President Trump for direct military interventions, saying the Iranian military would support overthrowing the Islamic Republic. Goldie shared it. Just because one person says something like that, Brian, does not mean that's speaking for all. That is the hope. Even Reza Pahlavi said, oh, we've gotten over like 150,000 letters that they'll flip and join the resistance, the Iranian people resistance to overthrow the regime. Got to be careful with that. Got to be careful. You know what I mean? Just because they say it doesn't necessarily mean it's true. Now, they might be indicating that they have knowledge of that, but you got to take that with a grain of salt too. That is the hope, that people will flip. Once this goes down, they will flip to join the people. Do you know what I mean? That is the hope. I mean, just to be realistic on it. Oh yeah, the markets are going to go nuts. JC, global turmoil is definitely going to start. That's unavoidable. No matter what happens here, that's going to affect the market. So, I mean, we've seen videos in the past of Iranian police officers making statements and all that. We just got to hope that's the case. That they will flip and join the people, because they are armed. The people need that. You just can't ask these people that are unarmed to go and face a militia on the streets and take it back. That's, they need force behind that. And that would be helpful if they had the Iranian army. I don't necessarily know if I trust them all of a sudden, because they know they're about to go down and they're about to get wiped out, and all of a sudden now it took that for them to come over to cross to the other side, because they know that their future is very limited. Do you know what I mean? It's like, now you decide to join our side. All this time you were with them, and now because you know the shit is hitting the fan and you're about to go down, now you come to our side? I don't know how I feel about that. Though it may be necessary. I don't know if I trust them. What's up, Navi? So, I'm on the fence with that. But then again, at this point, they'll take any help they can get. And they're thinking about themselves, and they're thinking about their families too. They're thinking about their families too, because where are they going to go? They're not going to go to the EU. They're a terrorist organization. Anybody affiliated is not coming in. Where are they going to go? UK? Hi, Navy Mom. Oh, no. It's Mom. What? What the heck did she just say? Announcement. I don't know what she said. I guess that's up to the Iranian people to make their, What happened?
You got cigarettes, bro?
I have one, but you can have it, because I don't feel like hearing Tycho going nuts right now while I'm live.
You want me to roll cigarettes in there?
No, I'll do it. Cause him.
Okay.
Close the door, cause I want the heat. It's chilly in here. Iranian military goes down as the worst. Exactly. Should have protected the civilians against the proxies. I should get Commander on later. Potential spam. I know that's the stalker. That's who that is. He likes to have fun. That's his way of enjoying himself. Sick people out there. I swear to God, there are some really sick, twisted individuals out there. All right. Yeah, you're right, Jason. You're going to have to sort that out later, I guess. Yeah, that's true. Better flipping them better late than never. That's true. That's what I'm saying. They're going to need that support. They're going to need that. Civil flight radar? Boy, if we start seeing a gap in here, boy. There's still planes lining up, but if we start to see the gap where they're fleeing out of the airspace and nothing else is coming in and an opening starts, it's game on. But I need to see more information first. 2C's not live yet. 2C goes live in about 17 minutes. U.S. official, this is 49 seconds ago. Oh, God. U.S. official to CNN. We are still uncertain about Iran's position on a number of issues. Oh, really? We are still uncertain about Iran's position on a number of issues because they're playing you. They're just trying to prolong this. Delay. If you don't know their position after 3 alleged meetings, then that's it. They had their chance. You told them to go back, come up with a proposal, and after this proposal, you're still uncertain, then that means they didn't clarify. So it's time. It's go time. That's it. You gave them the chance. That's it. It's over. Done. That's it. And hello to Dutch in the Netherlands. Eugene, Iran to Russia and China. You got our backs, right? Russia and China? Oh, yes. 100%. Sure. Good luck with that. They got their own things to be concerned about. Russia might be worried that they're not going to get the most Shahed drones to them. Yeah, right? That we've mentioned that. How do you not have the sense to speak directly where you need someone to be in the middle of it? Like you just can't sit down face to face and negotiate? It's so childish, and it's coming from Iran's side. I know I spoke about that earlier, that the IDF is hitting Hezbollah right now. Right now. Really? What? Oh, the most tracked plane is a Turkish airline squawking that. Okay. I'm not going to be concerned about that, but I get it. It would be this one. I get it. Yeah, we were following Modi's plane earlier. Should be midway through Iraq by now. Unless it turned the thing off, which it might. Oh no. Oh yes. Where did Modi go? Oh, it's right here. It's in Saudi Arabia. There he is. That's Modi. Right there. It's funny how the plane is avoiding the area. It's like it's going that way, but that's probably the best flight path to get there anyway. But yeah, there's Modi now. Right here. Since you brought it up. So Modi is almost halfway home. Almost. We were tracking that earlier. And Chaos, if you're listening or watching what's going on, he was smart to take the long way around. Who knows? Who knows if that's on purpose? It could be simply the flight path. I mean, not avoiding anything. It just could simply be the right way to go. You always say the shortest line is the quickest, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to do that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually take a break and go watch. I'm just curious. I want to see what Tusi has to say. You know something, Dutch? People have no idea what's coming to the world. I hear you. But you know what this one thing I wanted to do? I want to go bike riding in the Netherlands and bring my 360 camera and go right along that water's edge and film the windmills and all that beauty in the Netherlands. I would love to take that ride. Love it. Imagine, my gosh, just thinking about going to Iran. Okay, he is behind the American missile shield. Talks to resume in 1 hour, supposedly. I saw that, but I'm not so sure what's going on. Is anyone sure what's going on? I sure am not. There's so much coming out. Marcus, I know what's coming. The Bible is clear about what's coming. It's funny you say that because Mom called me into the room last night and she was watching a spiritual religious program. I don't know if it was Christian, Catholic, and they were talking how this is biblical in nature. The events that are developing. I was like, whoa. She called me. She goes, you got to see this. Because she knows I'm talking about Iran. And I was like, whoa. They're talking about it on TV. On these programs of faith. They are. They're having talks again now. I think if this doesn't go well, that might be it. You're probably right. I heard that too, that the talks resumed. But then there's other reports like Jason is saying that they resume soon. Yes, I mentioned that the IDF is hitting Hezbollah in Lebanon hard right now. I did mention that a little while ago. They were on lunch break. Damon, they were actually taking a break to go back to their corners to have consultations about what they spoke about, and they were going to come back and talk again. That's what I had heard. It wasn't just simply a lunch break or a religious recognition, like Ramadan related thing. That's what I heard. But there's so much coming out. I don't know what to believe. Absolutely religious war. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a holy war. Principalities and powers, wickedness in high place, praying for God to give Trump and his immeasurable wisdom. Smokey, I heard the same thing that talks resumed. And eat Swiss rolls. Oh, I'm never going to hear the end of this. I had one. There's still one in there. A volcano erupted in Ethiopia for the first time in 12,000 years. All the planets align at the end of the month. The sea turned blood red. Oh, now you're talking Revelation type stuff. Dracovic. This is very much biblical. Let me know when you want me to jump in. I've been waiting for this. See, there's two things I don't want to, because then you're really going to create a lot in here, because then it's going to be focused on the religious aspect. And then you're really going to see things go cray-cray in there. You have to remember, that's exactly what they want this to be. You're just going to feed into what their narrative is from the Islamic holy war jihadist point of view. You're feeding right into what they want you to make it. Think about that. Though many of us may feel the same way, but they're just waiting for that opportunity to come in here and troll and go insane and Allahu Akbar and all that. You know that. You know that. You're feeding right into what they want you to do. Not that that matters, but they want it that way. It is designed to be that way. So, I heard that Qatar canceled flights to Iran. I don't know. Vahid, I do not know. 25 minutes ago, I seen talks were scheduled to resume in 20 minutes, so they resumed 5 minutes ago. I'm not sure. Stick with the military aspect. However, we can all pray for innocent and the leaders that make decisions. I agree. Because people, you're going to see, this is going to turn into a conversation where people are going to go back and forth. And don't get me wrong, that is a part of it. For many. But I don't necessarily know if I want to make that a main part of it. We just have to look at things practically and what's going on. And, I know, Yayo. I mean, Yayo. I was going to say Yayo, Yo-Yo. Yes. But look, Tusi's starting in 7 minutes. I'm going to take this time to take a break, which I need because I haven't had nothing to eat or anything. I need to have lunchtime and do my thing. Obviously, today's going to be a long day, long night, long hours, potentially days, weeks, months, who knows, ahead. So, just be prepared. Yeah, we can still have jam nights too. I'm recovering from that a little bit last night. All right, everyone. Anyway, let's take a break. For those who are going to go watch Tusi, he's live in a few minutes. For those who are not, I'll see everybody later. I'll see all of you later. I am Carla right now. Be well, be blessed, be safe. Prayers for all those people that are affected by this. And you know the deal. Civilians, military, whomever. Prayers go out to all of them. And we'll be back at some point. Obviously, this is going to be a fluid situation throughout the day. I mean, even when Tusi's live, he's going to be probably saying things that are just coming in. I just seen something coming in now on Telegram before I leave. What is it? They're talking about Modi leaving, and they're talking about Modi leaving. They're sharing the same thing. One more check on here. Then I'm saying goodbye to everybody. The last setting for negotiations. Oh, see, they just put this out. The last setting for negotiations is scheduled in approximately 1 hour. So they're saying it hasn't happened yet. They're saying it's going to happen in an hour. This is 1 minute ago. So again, some say it's already happening. Some say it's in an hour. That just came out. Huge explosion in Abadan, Iran. What's this? Cause is still unknown. Let's share this before we go. I'm sure Tusi will definitely talk about this. Hold on. That's his stream that's coming up. That's Tusi's stream that's starting in 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Jesus. This explosion, cause still unknown. Now this one is saying a significant fire and explosion occurred at the Abadan oil refinery in southwestern Iran. This is old. The fuck is that talking about? But this is new. Huge explosion in Abadan, Iran. Cause is still unknown. This is new. Whatever this is. All right. That's it. We're out. I'm out. See everybody later. That was a factory in Abadan got fire. Anyway, love to all of you. Be well, be blessed, be safe. Have a great day. See you all later.